These moor tigers are the largest subspecies of tiger, and they are the largest of big cats.
Good.
We do our training several times a day, whether they're inside or outside. We do have a female tiger that is off exhibit. We do not house them together because we want to control when we have cubs. They are governed by what's called an SSP, which is a species survival plan. We know the genetic lineage of all the Siberian tigers that are in North American zoos.
Good.
And that way we do outcrosses, so we maximize our genetic diversity, and our goal is to maximize genetic diversity in our facilities for 100 years. Now, tiger stripes are unique to each cat. It's kind of like your fingerprint. And the noises you're hearing making are good noises. We like to hear those noises from our cats. Those are kind of yum-yum noises. They also have
Unit 32 to Unit 40.
This allows us to get up close and personal, take a good look, be able to look in his mouth. And it also helps us get our veterinary staff up close and personal, where they're really comfortable with us working with them, being close. We can pair our training sessions with our vet staff, and they can come up and the cats don't go, ooh, yuck, with that, and go to the back of their stall. They hang out with us, and they participate with training with the vets. We also train our cats to present their sides, their tails, their back sides, that kind of stuff, so we can give them their vaccinations, just like your house cat. These guys do get a rabies vaccine, and they get a distemper vaccine. Now, we do teach our cats lots of different behaviors, not only because of husbandry purposes, but for behavior management. Now, Sasha has learned how to do a rock behavior, and that's one of the toughest things we can teach our animals, is to move away from us. Think about how when we train animals, we work at getting them close up, close up, close. They always get fed really close. Then we ask them to move away. They're like, I'm not moving away from the vending machine. That's pretty much what they're thinking. So you have to really work at getting in their heads, and they have to trust that when they turn and walk away, you're not going to disappear, and they are going to get paid for going at a distance. He said, oh, I did the wrong one. There's the right one.
Good boy.
Look at them teeth.
Now, Sasha is 11 years old. He's been here for several years. He's as soon as he came to the zoo, we started a training program with him, even when he was in quarantine. Any animals that come to the facility go through at least a 30-day quarantine, so we make sure they don't cause any problems or give any diseases to the rest of our collection. But even in that quarantine state, we do start our training programs. Actually, our training programs start before that. If we know we're getting an animal from another facility, we'll call and talk to those folks and say, what kind of animal is this? What have you been doing with it? What have you been feeding it? And we get a data sheet that tells us a lot of that stuff, but I like to talk to a human being and get it straight from them. He's eating a couple of different types of meat. He's getting ground up horse meat that is a prepared zoo diet, and beef that's made for large cats. I don't think he could have done that much slower, but that's okay. As long as he's delivering, he's doing it. We haven't added the criteria of speed on there. One of the things that's really cool is that if a big cat like this, or some of our animals, will turn over and put their bellies up while we're here, that means they're really, really comfortable. Having your stomach up or laying down is a tough position to put an animal in that's typically considered fairly vulnerable. So he trusts us enough not to cheat him a little bit and try to take advantage of him while he's down. I'd like to answer any questions you guys might have about our cats. Try to answer those questions. Their diets vary throughout the year. In the winter, he may eat up to 14 pounds a day, while in the summer, he may cut himself back to 6 or 8 pounds a day. We weigh their food every day, and we weigh them regularly. No, Hunter's getting to feeding tiny pieces of meat, which may irritate your tiger. He's a very patient cat.
He looks it.
And some of that is our training. We do reinforce quiet, calm, relaxed behavior. That's like the first thing we work on. So that they trust us and they get relaxed around us, and it's all built based on our relationship. So that at some point in time, say if your cat were ill and they didn't want to eat, and you still needed them to do something. You know, you needed for them to come up so the vet could look at them, and they're not eating. What are you going to do? He says, no, I don't think so, Hunter. So you hope that your relationship's good enough with the animal that they'll trust and they'll still come up and they'll still interact with you.
No, I don't wet.
So these guys are the largest subspecies of tiger, while on the other end of the park down in the islands we have Sumatran tigers, and they are the smallest subspecies of tiger. They're about a half to a third the size of this big Siberian tiger. He says, okay, I'm done. See you guys later. I think I'm going to either go down here and hope somebody shows up at the door where I go in, or I'm going to get in the pool.